Yo, what is good, ladies and gentle bitches? Welcome back to the channel. We are back. We are recording live from the mothership. Tekken 8 Season 3 is here, or Season 2.3 or 2.8 or something. I don't even know what to call this. Listen, the new season is here. The patch notes was dropped. I just spent 5 hours going through the entire patch notes for every character. But obviously, as a Lydia main, it's only right now that I make a dedicated video. I'm gonna go over each Lydia change so you guys have somewhere to go if you're just looking for them Lydia Season 3 changes. And this is where it's gonna be. Yeah, so we're gonna go over the changes. Honestly, there's not a lot. Lydia was actually one of the characters who received probably the most changes out of everybody. Some of them good, some of them really not good. So just like with the whole patch, it's kind of mixed reactions. Well, even more so, because with the whole patch, it's not really mixed. Excuse me, I apologize. The whole patch is less mixed reaction, right? Honestly, the whole patch is like no reaction, if I'm honest. Like, let's get it. All right, before we even start, like, just to give my thoughts on the patch, right? I went into this patch expecting nothing. Y'all guys just saw when I done the video and I was looking at like the post that they put the other day where it was like, just don't expect too much. And I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, I don't really expect anything from this patch. I went into this patch not expecting anything. I went over the first few characters like Alyssa and who was the first two? Alyssa and Armor King. And immediately I was like, all right, yeah, I don't expect too much. And I'm still disappointed. I didn't expect nothing from this patch, and I'm still disappointed, right? It is insane to me that we waited 7 months of nothing, like genuinely nothing. Not minimal, not enough, nothing. Literally nothing for 7 months. And then this patch comes out. This patch is the biggest nothing burger I could ever... I haven't checked out the Street Fighter 6 patch. I need to check that out, right? This is the type of patch you would expect from like just a random mid-season patch, right? Little tweaks here and there. This is the season beginning, bro. This is supposed to be like what most of us wanted, right? Or at least hoped for, whatever, was like we needed a game change. This needed to be a game-changing patch. This isn't game-changing at all. This is the exact same game. This is the exact same game we're going to be playing, right? Or I don't know if I'm going to be playing this, right? We're going to see. Anyway, but that's about it, right? Like, disappointment, basically. Like, a lot of the changes that were made were good changes. But at the end of the day, I'm saying the same things I was saying 8-9 months ago, right? Like, yeah, good changes, but they're not nearly enough. And 7 months later, it's exactly the same. We're still doing pitter-patter changes. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why we are half-assing a patch. They honestly should have just kept it, in my opinion. Like, they should have just kept this patch. Because, again, this patch changes nothing. The best characters in this game still going to be the best characters in this game. They're still going to be ridiculously OP. The worst characters are still going to be the worst characters. We're still playing the exact same game. It's done nothing for the game, right? So, yeah, all in all, it's just a nothing burger. I don't even feel like we have 2 burger buns to make a nothing burger, right? We don't have 2 buns to put nothing inside. We have 1 bun, bro. We have a burger bun. That's what this patch is. Yeah, honestly, this patch feels like they just spat in my face, bro. Because what was the point? Keep it. Like I say, man. You know what we wanted and you just didn't give it to us. But anyway, that's my little rant over. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get into the Lydia changes. You know what? Let me pull up. I'm unprepared. I'm unprepared. It is what it is. I know the changes, but I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. A lot of these changes are like behavior. Like half of the patch is behavior changes, right? So yeah, let's go ahead with the first thing that pops up, and that is simply that now you can heat burst in stance. Don't like that, but it is what it is. And also, as well as that, you can now heat smash out of stance. Which, I mean, this could be slightly useful for Lydia, but again, it's a change that I don't really want to see. But those are the first 2 changes that you see for Lydia. The next changes, there's a few like damage changes. So you've got forward 3-2, where the second hit now does 2 less damage than it did before. Same for down back 1-2-2. Second hit again does 2 less damage. And same for red poppy QCF 2 1+2-2. Second hit does 2 less damage. The next damage reduction nerf that you've seen for Lydia is going to be in the Blossom string, right? Now let me just check so I make sure I get it exactly right. It's again another very minor change, right? Very, very minor. So the first hit, so just this, 2 less damage, right? It's gone from 14 to 12. And then the first hit of the blue spark has gone from 18 to 15. 18 to 15. And that's it, right? So your combos are going to do slightly less damage if you end it with the Blossom. And then the next thing to do with combo enders, and this one I'm not even 100% sure what this means, right? It says unified. Let me read out exactly what it says. Oh, it's gone down to the bottom again. Basically what it's saying is it's unified the behavior of the opponent when you have full stacks and when you don't have full stacks, right? So for example, if you do a combo with 3 stacks and you end it bow, 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 you notice how the third hit is like powered up, yeah? You pay attention, boom, that third hit's powered up. You get like a counter hit effect where it zooms in for a little bit, right? And the same thing happens for your other string, boom, boom, boom. So what I assume that they mean is that the same thing will happen when you don't have stacks. And for this, it happens. You see, it happens right there, but it doesn't happen for this. So I'm not sure if maybe that's just an oversight. Maybe that's a bug that it was meant to be changed, but it didn't. Either way, again, it's a bunch of nothing. It's nothing, bro. It doesn't mean anything. Like, I could sit here and say I like it, I don't like it, but it's irrelevant at the end of the day, right? All of these changes, a lot of them, irrelevant. Damn, I didn't even get back to Lydia. So you've got that, and now that's half the changes, right? And then you get into the changes that actually matter, and these are the ones that I don't really like. Before we get into these ones, actually, QCF 4 has been nerfed by about 5 damage. 21. So it used to do 27 damage, so 6 damage. So in general, you do your heat engage, you get 40 damage. You're getting a little bit less than you did before if you do that, a little bit less. Even if you go into heat with it and do your launcher, which heat launchers have been nerfed as well. You're just going to get a little less damage with Lydia across the board with your combos and stuff like that. So there's that. I actually like that change. Like, you guys, I made the video of how I would change her. This is one of the moves that I would have nerfed. I wouldn't have nerfed it in this way, but I guess it works more or less the same anyway, right? You're going to get less damage from doing this move, where I feel like you just get too much from doing this move anyway. So I like the change. Again, not how I would have done it, but the outcome is more or less the same. Now is where it gets, well, I'm not really sure. I don't really like, again, like, we've buffed Lydia basically in Season 3 again, and Lydia did not need buffs. So, when you have 3 stacks, there's part of this that's very interesting, and there's part of this that is, again, I don't like. The part I don't like is very obvious. Sorry. Horse stance, 1+2. You see it right there? You now get this knockdown animation. That's not counter hit. I mean, obviously on counter hit you're still gonna launch. Regular hit, it's gonna knock down, and you're gonna be able to crouch cancel. Boom. Get that extra damage. So look at the damage we're getting on this low now. Like, this is not something Lydia needed, bro. Like, people were talking a lot about Lydia being top tier in Season 2. And again, if you've been around, you've seen my response. Like, I think it's a joke that people think Lydia was top tier. Lydia is probably top tier now with these changes. Like, it's just, I think, again, just listening to the wrong people. Probably listening to people on Twitter complaining that Lydia doesn't have good lows. Lydia needs stronger lows. She didn't need stronger lows, right? And now we end up with this. Crazy to me, right? Crazy. But what is interesting is if you actually pay attention to the stack, when you use this low, you go back down to 2 stacks. So if I have 3 stacks and I use this low, I'm going to go back down to 2 stacks and I'm going to have to re-earn that stack. I actually like that mechanic for Lydia. I think that's a good idea. I just think she shouldn't. And that's why I'm unsure about it, because the low itself I don't like. But the fact that you can only do it with 3 stacks, and once you've done it once, you go back to 2 stacks, that kind of balances it out a bit for me. But at 3 stacks, like, this is just, like, how many times do you really need to do this anyway, right? I don't know. At least then, maybe it opens like a mind game. Not really a mind game, but more something you have to think about, right? Where it's like, do I want to do this low and lose a stack? Or do I want to save my 3 stacks for combos and being able to do like wall splats and, you know? There's that. There's that to think about at least. The next thing in the same ilk is Catfoot Stance 4. Has also received the same treatment. So you'll notice now you get this little in case for people who didn't know, right? The hit effects that you get. You look at that hit effect that Lydia gets. These indicate power moves. So you see right there, you don't get it. So a power move is a move that does 20 damage or more. So usually, everything usually in this move has stayed exactly the same. But again, when you hit 3 stacks now, this becomes a power low. So it does 20 damage now. And that in itself would have been fine with me. I would have been fine with that. But there's another buff in this. With 3 stacks again. If we go back to normal stacks, they actually changed this string right here. Oh, we saw it right here. This move, before this patch, and still kind of, like, if you don't have 3 stacks, this is the most useless move in the game. Like, I feel like they should have just removed this move. This move is absolutely useless. The fact that it's not a natural combo, it's launch punishable, like, it is useless, right? There's no reason to use this move, because the only time it actually is guaranteed is on counter hit. But on counter hit, I get a launch. So why would I ever do that move, right? So they said, hey, it's a useless move, the most useless move in the game. Let's make it not useless. And what they've done is they've just made it guaranteed. And basically now it's a hell sweep. So Lydia from Catfoot Stance, which I personally think is her strongest stance, right? You've got a really strong mid. You've got another really strong mid. You've got a really strong high heat engager. And then you had this low. You also have this string here, which is also pretty good. And then you had this low, which complemented it so nicely. But now, if you have 3 stacks, you get a 37 damage hell sweep. And I just think this is insane. Again, like, I just... Again, like, she just did not need this. Lydia did not need a hell sweep. Now, again, same concept. Like, if you do it, you lose your 3 stacks. So there's that aspect to it. But these 2 moves are what I really don't like about what I really don't like. Like, you guys already know my opinions from season 1 to season 2. They made this character brain dead. I didn't like the changes they made in season 2. And now from season 2 to season 3, maybe even more so, I don't like these changes. Like, why have we buffed Lydia? Like, why have we buffed Lydia? I don't know. The only saving grace, like I said, is the fact that you lose this stack. But, like, it's not really hard to get stacks with Lydia, is it? I don't know. And that's pretty much it. I want to check. Also, actually, they've removed her grey health deletion from this. Maybe the best change in the patch. That might be the best change in this patch. Because, again, I have no idea why this move ever deleted grey health. Like, they make some horrific decisions, this balancing team. They don't know what they are doing. But, hey, I said it, you can say that, or you can say maybe they do know what they're doing in reverting it. I don't know, again, why it ever did. And they also got rid of grey health deletion in her throw. They kept grey health deletion in forward 4-3, which I don't have a problem with. Again, as you see, that move is also going to take away one of your free stacks. So if you want to delete grey health, or if you want to re-wall splat, you lose a stack. I think that's a great change. I do. I'll give them props where props is due. I think that's a really good change. I think it makes the stacks more interesting, whereas a lot of the installs in this game are just, like I said, they're fluff. They're just there to perceive, to make the perception that there's depth. There is no depth in 90% of the installs in this game. It's just fluff. Let me check and make sure. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's all we've done. Every time I click this, it refreshes me. Yeah, everything else is behavior changes. Just making sure. Yeah, everything else is behavior change. Also, again, another slight change to wolf stance. Well, like that and the charge both do slightly less chip damage. So again, just more fluff. I can't believe they were working on this patch for 7 months. I refuse to believe it. I don't know what they were doing for those 7 months. This is a 2-week patch. They were working on this patch for 2 weeks. Again, like I said, this is like a mid-season random patch that they throw at you. Hey, patch drop in next week. Keep your eyes out. That's what this is. No, nothing major has happened. This game doesn't change. If you didn't want to play the game before, you don't want to play the game now, and that's pretty much where I'm at. I don't want to play this game, but there's nothing new that's making me want to play this game. So many characters got slaps on the wrist again. Like, at least if they really took down the problem characters, then at least I could say, you know what, good on them. But like, not Brian, Anna, best character in the game unanimously, in my opinion. I say unanimously in my opinion, that doesn't make sense. But Undenied, for me, it's not really even close. Anna, slap on the wrist. Like, again, there are some good changes, but there's not nearly enough for what she needed. Slap on the wrist. Law, slap on the wrist. Huarang, slap on the wrist. Claudio, slap on the wrist. Even characters like Brian and Asuka, where there were some really good changes, it's still not nearly enough. Like, the patch is a joke, if you ask me. Like, genuinely, like, they drop so much stuff that it feels like April Fool's jokes, and it's apparently not. But yeah, they buffed Lydia. Couldn't tell you why. Yeah, that's it. That's it for season 3. Those are the changes that Lydia received. I can't believe that. Like, this is the patch, right? Start of season, new season, back to basics. This is the patch, bro. And again, like, I don't want to hear all this, like, y'all making excuses. Honestly, I say it all the time. The Tekken community is the reason why the game is in the state it is now. And when I say that, I mean the people who keep making excuses for the devs and just allowing everything. Like, y'all will just accept anything they do, bro. Like, I'm surprised when they done the home and hell sweeps. I'm actually surprised people stood up and said, yo, this is not good. I'm surprised that when they done health damage taken on throw break, I'm surprised because y'all let them get away with anything, bro. And y'all will turn around and say, oh, but they're gonna do further updates. And why are we waiting for further updates when we've just waited 7 months for further updates? We waited 7 months for further updates, and now we gotta wait for further updates. What? Yeah, like, y'all giving them these excuses, like, it's crazy. But yeah, I don't want to rant too much because this is just meant to be a Lydia season 3 changes video, and we covered it all. So let me know what you guys think about the patch. If you enjoy it, good on you. If you like Lydia's changes, I know a lot of people do like Lydia's changes. I was on stream and people were saying, you know, they like some of the buffs. I think it's just too much. But yeah, let me know your opinion down below on season 3. Yeah, I don't know, it's season 2 to me. Season 3 overall, and I'll catch you in the next video.